I put about 70 hours into this game now, and coming out the other side of that 70 hours, I honestly just feel like most of the experience online is just so fucking repetitive. It's just like it feels like you play this game one of three ways. You either are at the front of the pack and you clear loads of distance with the trick based shortcuts, and you just get really lucky on not getting hit by constant fucking red shells and fucking boomerangs, and you don't get blue shelled and you don't get hit by lightning, and you just stay at the front and you're just safe the whole fucking race, and you just spend the whole race just at the front completely hindered whatsoever. You either do have that, you're stuck in the fucking pack the whole race, and you're just constantly on this non-stop loop of getting to the top of the group and then just getting sent back to the back, and then getting to the top of the group and then getting sent back to the back. Or you're just bagging, and then you just pray that you dodge shock and get to the front and you attain a cheap victory. That's basically the three ways that you play this fucking game. And it seems like the only one that's really consistent is bagging. Front running is not consistent in this game. Just juggling in the fucking pack is not consistent in this game, so you can't get consistent wins out of that. The only way that seems to be consistent is bagging, because you can guarantee almost that you get a protection item from shock. And I just think that being the most primary way of getting victories is just so shit in this game. Now you might say oh well, most of the tracks in this game that you play aren't bagging centric, which leads me to the second point, which is that most of the time, as in 95% of the time that you play this game, you are going to be playing on an intermission track, of which most of them, if not all of them, are extremely bagging friendly. The only ones that aren't really bagging friendly is ones when you get a track at the end where it's kind of not bagging friendly. There's a very few of these though, but most of them are extremely bagging friendly, and that's almost the most efficient way to play the game. Now, I just find this incredibly fucking uninteresting. It's so boring because it feels like you're spending several fucking minutes waiting to get into the lobby, to get into the actual match. You spend 20 seconds voting, then you spend 15 seconds waiting for it to load in, and then also for you to actually get the countdown to start it, and then you spend 2 to 3 minutes just driving in a straight line. This is almost fucking 5 minutes of just gameplay, or playing the game where you're just not doing anything interesting. It's just so strange to me, and you do this constantly. But just generally, the intermissions are just boring. I really still don't understand why Nintendo do not just let you pick a free lap track, and just cut down the wait time. The track voting in general is just asinine. This is 2006 game design. This is how games were designed back on the 360, where they'd have you voting for a fucking map. Just let us pick the fucking track that we want to put into the vote. Just let us choose from a list, or just let us go to that screen like they do in the Discord, where you can just choose the track that you want to put up. Why do we have to pick from 3 assigned tracks that you choose and a random choice? Why can't we just throw whatever we want in there and let people vote for it that way? That way there's no problem then. There's no issue with all this intermission versus traditional bullshit. Just let people put whatever fucking track they want to put in there. It doesn't make any sense, because that solves all the issues. Then the players get to decide 100% what they want to fucking play. You don't have to tweak any random fucking voting system. You don't have to patch the frequencies. Just let people pick what they want to choose. And then, another issue with this game is just the lobbies and the VR system. The VR system actively works against activity in this game, because if you have a high VR rating, by which I mean anywhere around the 8,000 to 9,000 range, it actively penalizes you, it feels for you to play in any lobby where anyone's below 8,000, because you lose so much VR for coming in a low position. You can lose VR for even coming in 5th in some of these lobbies if no one's 8,000, if not everyone's 8,000. Like, it's just stupid. So this makes people leave, and then the lobbies take longer to find people, and the lobbies are emptier. And this isn't even bringing into consideration the fact that the lobbies, a lot of the time, you're just joining in like a 10-player lobby. And then you leave and you think, okay, I'll join another one then if this one's empty. And then you join another 10-player lobby. Like, what is the problem with the lobbies system in this game? It just doesn't make any sense. It's like there's some kind of flaw in how the game is like creating lobbies. Like, it's creating excess lobbies. Like, why is it not just throwing you into a currently made one that's not full? Why is it creating these random like additional lobbies for no reason? The tracks, honestly, like most of the tracks I like. There are a few tracks that I just think are objectively fucking like bad, like flat out just fucking terrible. I would put like the top tracks in this game as like Whistle Top or Whistle Stop, Question Block Ruins, Airship Fortress, the Sunday one, like the one themed around like sweets and shit, I can't remember its name, Sky High Sunday or whatever it is, Acorn Heights, Bowser's Castle, the Shy Guy Bazaar, and Wario Stadium. Like, those are the ones I would consider like the best in the game by like a fucking mile. And then I would have like most of the other tracks, like a lot of them would just be like kind of mid-tier. Like, I don't really rate a lot of them. Mario Circuit, mid-tier, like the one in the desert. Peach Stadium, mid-tier. Boo Cinema, mid-tier. Toad's Factory, mid-tier. Moo Moo Meadows, mid-tier. Like, they're all kind of just meh. Like, I don't really rate a lot of them. There's some I like more than others, like Wario's Galleon and the DK one, like the Spaceport one. I like that one. And then there's some tracks that I just think are fucking absolutely just cannot be even like, there's not a single good facet about them. I do not like Choco Mountain. I feel like Choco Mountain's fine, but the biggest issue with that track, in my opinion, is the item boxes right at the fucking end on that like thin stretch of like road that you have to drift up, because all that it does is it just makes that last turn like a fucking item fucking mess, because everyone is spamming their items as much as possible to try that like a last like time save placement, so you just get like a fucking chaotic mess on the fucking last turn, and it literally can make you go from like 3rd to 4th place all the way down to fucking 12th to 15th. It's so shit. Like, whoever put those item boxes on that final turn is a fucking idiot, and they don't know how to design tracks. Like, they should not be there. And you might say, like, oh, well, a lot of other tracks have a similar sort of design. But it's like, it's the equivalent of like, imagine if Sky High Sunday, instead of having the item track, like the item boxes, the final ones before the shortcut, if it just had them after the shortcut, like the second you come out of the shortcut, there's just item boxes, and you can just have like a last minute item fucking fuck fest, where right before the fucking finish line, there's just some item box that you can just grab a bunch of shit from, and you're just getting like fucking bombs thrown and triple red shells thrown and all that shit. It's a fucking cacophony of mess. The other track I would rate as just fucking absolutely irredeemably shit is Crown City. I just think that track sucks dick. It's awful. Too many straightaways. It's too fucking wide. I just don't like that track. It's fucking awful. Like, you spend so much time on that track just driving on these massive fucking roads that have like no tight turns that it just kind of sucks. Like, I just find it fucking immensely boring. Like, anytime Crown City comes up, my immediate thought is just, we could have had any of the other tracks in the game, except for like the 6 that I'm going to name after this, would have been better. Obviously not Choco Mountain, because that sucks as well, but any other tracks could have been better than this. I'd have preferred any of the other tracks that are above this in the tier list. Rainbow Road I don't really rate. I just think it's boring. It's way too long. Too simplistic as well. I think Starview and Peach Beach are fucking terrible because they have water in their levels that is not trickable. Peach Beach is like one of the most like notable ones in this regard. Like if you watch the time trial world record for this track, there's like 8 seconds almost of just driving in a straight line on water that you cannot trick on. So like in that moment, anyone with a mushroom, like a gold mushroom, that's just like 3 seconds behind you could just catch up to you and pass you. Because if you're in first, because there's not you can do. You can't gain speed there in any other way. It's worse than the cheap falls shortcut. Like that's how it saves more time than that to just mushroom across that straight than it does to in cheap falls going around the end shortcut. And then we have the worst tracks in the game. The ones that if I had the power to patch these out of the game and just in fact completely fucking remove them, I would remove these tracks from the game. I'm considering putting Chocolate Mountain into these 4 as well. Because I honestly, at this point, I just want to remove Chocolate Mountain from the game as well, because it sucks. But these 4 tracks are Cheap Falls, terrible, literally decided by the final shortcut, so it's a complete just item dice roll. Mario Circuit, in all of its facets, I fucking hate that track. It is fucking terrible, because it's a bagging track, which automatically means it's a piece of shit, because it's instilling intermission design into a fucking track. I don't want to play that track. Anytime that track comes up, I immediately quit out. I do not want to play that track. It sucks. Cheap Beach. Not Cheap Beach. Cooper Beach. Same reason as Mario Circuit. It's just trash. It's a bagging central track. Completely decided by the items that you all get on the final lap. It just sucks. Like, the first 4 laps of Cooper Beach are fucking a waste of time. You might as well just remove those first 4 laps and just have it be 1 lap and it's just completely decided by items, because that's the whole fucking track anyway. And then Desert Hills, same reason as Cooper Beach. Sucks. Completely decided by items. Extremely simplistic. Completely decided by items. Nothing interesting on that track whatsoever. Like, so many of these courses just suck dick. I just don't understand how anyone likes some of those tracks at the bottom. And the main reason I don't like those tracks is bagging. I think bagging ruins this game. I think it's way too fucking strong. I think some of the item combinations that you can get in this game are way too fucking strong. You should not be able to get a bullet and a fucking golden mushroom together. It should be fucking impossible to get those 2 items combined. It should have to give you one or the other, and that's it. You should not be able to get certain item combinations. Just like it seems, I don't want to say it's impossible. I'm just going to say, like, it feels like it's impossible to me to get a star and a bullet. I've never had a star and a bullet combined. I've never had... I think I've had a bullet in a Mega Mushroom, but I've never had a bullet and a star. Ever. When I bagged on these intermissions, I've never got those items in combination. And I don't want to say that it's impossible. I just want to say that it's extremely unlikely. And I feel like that should be the case with Golden Mushroom and Bullet. You should not be able to get Bullet into Golden Mushroom or Golden Mushroom into Bullet. It's too fucking strong, and it completely undermines the whole race when it comes to intermissions because of how strong that combination is. Like, you can literally go from like 20th place in intermission in the last like 5 seconds before the track starts to like 5th place or 4th place by how fucking strong that combination is. It's just fucking dumb. 24 players. Don't know how I feel about this as well. I feel like it's way too fucking chaotic. I feel like a good balance would have been 18 players or maybe 16 players. I feel like 12's a bit low. It feels a bit empty in this game because of how some of the tracks are designed. I feel like 16 would have been a sweet spot. I feel like 24 is just fucking overkill. It is way too many fucking people on some of these tracks, especially because all the cool tech in this game, when you're all bonking into each other, when you're in the pack and you can't do a single fucking like interesting shortcut because you're just bonking into each other all the fucking time, like that kind of undermines the whole fucking game, in my opinion. And I know that's just like, that's just part of the game, and the bonking is there so that not everyone can just all take the fucking shortcut. It's there to create chaos. But 24 is just way too fucking much. Like 16, 18 maybe at a stretch would have been like a perfect middle ground for this. 24 is just unnecessary. And the final thing I just want to talk about is like the meta of this game. I don't like this whole meta that is established right now, where the whole game around these intermissions completely is dependent around like avoiding shock. I fucking hate that meta of this game because it feels like it just feels skillless to me. It just like you could say like, oh well, it's skill based because you have to know how to bag and you have to know how to like when the shock's going to get used. But I feel like most of the time the shock always almost gets used in the same spot by people that know what they're doing. But it also creates this facet then of like where if you're playing with people that don't know what they're doing, as in like newer players, and they just use the shock in like the most the most ridiculous inconsequential spot possible, your whole strategy's fucked then. And that's kind of why I don't like the game, is because when you're playing an intermission, it's almost like the game is actively punishing you for front running or trying to stay up front. Like it feels like that's how the game is, like by design. And you can say like, oh well, it's just you're just getting unlucky. But when thousands of people playing this game and they're all saying the same thing, front running is just incredibly like more difficult than just bagging. That is not just like bad luck. That's the design of the game is incredibly leaned towards backing. Even if Nintendo don't want it to be, that's how it is right now. And it wouldn't be so bad if these fucking intermissions weren't being pushed so much, but like that's most of the game right now. If you're playing like online, that's not counting like private lobbies. So I don't know, man, like, Nintendo's need to do something with this game. This game is in a fucking state right now. Like, it seems like everything in the game actively needs tweaking. We need the lobbies to be tweaked. We need the bagging to be tweaked. We need the fucking player count to be tweaked. We need the track voting to be tweaked. The VR system needs to be tweaked. Like, there's just so much shit in this game that is just so fucking broken right now. And I don't know, Nintendo seems to be focusing on their own fucking things in this game. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them. And just add some fucking trickable water to the tracks that don't have trickable water, because it just makes no fucking sense why they don't have that.